Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Hello. I am Tosun the Viper. Welcome in. Today is the final day. Not really. We have until Sunday to finish this game. We're doing a game for a game jam. Brainless game jam. We had 1 week to make a game. I'm making a coffee shop game, kind of. And we finally have a character. Look at this cute little guy. I love him. I love him so much. I struggled a lot to make it because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I also didn't want it to do anything too complex because it will take me too long to make. So I ended up making this guy. The best idea I had is like go the Rayman route. No arms, no legs. It was so easy to rig and animate. Like, we have to see this guy in action though. Let me show what I have for the game. Oh, we have music too. Let me pause the. You can hear that, right? Yeah. I have music in the game too. I need to put something here on the title screen, but on the background. But we're gonna do that today. Have a little guy here. Can move around. People are gonna come in. We have to replace these guys with a variation of this character. We're gonna do that now. You can make coffee and hold the cup there. That's the game. That's basically it. Okay, the fun part of the game comes later. We have everyone asking for different things, but eventually you will have to start guessing what they want. They're gonna give you some cryptic orders. For example, this guy wants a decaf. We don't serve decaf, but we can add some water to make the coffee softer, and we'll hope if he likes it. This guy wants a frappuccino with extra caramel, so we're just gonna give him a coffee with sugar. Also, there is a timer running in the background. After the timer runs out, no more clients are gonna come in. I don't know if I want to make it over time or with amount of clients, but that's how it works right now. Yeah, that's what we have until now. Actually, let me turn down the music on the game so we can listen to my Japanese music mixed playlist. I'm gonna mute the music on the game. Okay, so we have a few details to finish. We need to make variations of this guy for the clients. Let's do that. I think I had a clients folder, yeah. 55 scale, okay. Right now is just this thing. Where is my character? I'm gonna drag this guy in. Making smaller. We're gonna start changing the colors. Children. I'm gonna play idle by default. We need to go to body. We're gonna go to surface material override. And we can just give him any color actually. Go for this. And we just give him the same color and the. This is supposed to be wearing like an apron, but we can just give it the same color, and now it doesn't. No, you don't see it. Well, if I want to replace the, if I want to replace the white color, I have to replace it on every. I didn't think of this. Uh, yeah, and it's not gonna work for the eyes because the eyes are an image texture. This is not good. What do I do? Let me see. I didn't think about this enough. Yeah, it doesn't work for the eyes. And if I try to do wait, maybe I can do it. Maybe we just add the color and we add the image here. Yeah, it's adding the color to the color already in the image. Maybe I should make the background transparent here. Let's try that. Let's go to Krita. Just hide this thing. PNG. We're gonna call it ice transparent. Ice transparent. We're gonna drop this here. No. What is this? Oh, I need to enable transparency, right? No, it doesn't work. Hmm. No, it doesn't work. Oh, god damn it. What do you do? Okay, I have an idea. You have to go to Blender though. Blender. We can fix this. Otherwise, we just all the maps are gonna be white. It's okay, I guess. We're gonna grab this. Um, we're gonna duplicate it. We're gonna separate. We're gonna call this ice. We're gonna move it slightly to the front. We're gonna go to the head. Uh, we're gonna make everything the same color. And now we have to make this using the transparent image. So we're gonna go to shader editor. We're gonna replace the image. And we have to there is an alpha setting here somewhere that I have to set. Alpha straight. Um oh, the alpha. You just have to drag the alpha here. I think that works. I think that works. So now if I go here, I have the skin material. And if I change the color, yeah, you can see the eyes still. Nice, problem solved. Easier than I expected. Let's go here. I need this. And we go here and we just do that. Um, there we go. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna make the materials here. The problem is that I have to replace the material on every mesh. Kind of annoying. Maybe I should have joined all the meshes. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. We're gonna save this material. Uh, Client A, I guess. And we're gonna start dragging this guy here. Hands. Head. And tail. And now I just go here and I change this color. It's gonna change the color of my guy. Not too bad. I need a way to interact with the animation though. So I think I may need a script for this. Um, script. Scripts. I just need an animation, I think. Nothing else. Animation player. Export var. And we're gonna make a function called play animation. That's it. That's all I need. Pretty simple. We have to do the same thing for client B. We have two clients right now. Um, What color is our next guy gonna be? Something like that. I'm gonna probably check a color palette generator. Mm, this has to be 55. I changed the color in the wrong place. I don't know why. There we go. I wanted to use that orange, which is annoying, but this is client B. We need the client script. We should be down here. I'm gonna remember to assign these to the sports. And now we can change the color of this guy. Um, um, client B. We're gonna put these here on the hair, on the hands, on the head, and on the tail. We could test this right now, I think. It's gonna look weird, but we can't test it, I think. They just light in. Yeah, they look a little bit weird from this angle, but it's okay. Uh, I guess I could put that in the script. Uh, already. We're gonna go to client spot. The script is in charge of like the spawning the client, making it move in, showing the speech bubble, everything. So we have our client models. We spawn one of them somewhere. Here when we spawn it, we want the rotation degrees Y to be 180. So it's facing the right direction. And we want we're gonna instantiate it as client. We're gonna say play animation. Running, I think is the name I gave it. Run. Here's doing the movement. So after the movement is finished, we want to play the idle. And here we have the despawn. It's when the client is leaving. So here we want to make him turn around, play the animation run, and make it leave. And we don't need to play the other animation because it's gonna get destroyed. It's gonna disappear after it leaves the screen. Let's give one to this guy. Let's see how he leaves. Yep. Very nice. Yeah, they look kind of funny from this angle. Wait. Okay. That works. I'm gonna make more variations. I think 3 or 4 should be okay. But it's just copying this, changing the colors. The system for it already works, so... What do we do now? Okay. We have a timer. We need to show it somewhere. That's actually gonna be a little bit weird. Uh, Also, I wanted to add like a VFX to the coffee cup. Um, I think I have the text, the speech bubble that spawns above the stations. So I'm not sure where I'm gonna put the timer and the score. Also, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the score. Uh, okay, whatever. Let's make UI. We're gonna make it game UI. Um, we're gonna add a label. Actually, uh, here. Mm, maybe I should add like a shadow to the text, like I did with the title screen. We'll see how it looks in game. Mm, we have to move this to the top right. Uh, we're gonna call this timer. And we're gonna add another label, call it score. Uh, I have to think about translation too on this one. Damn. Whatever. How do I translate score to Spanish? I mean, obviously it's puntuación, but that's too long. Um, we're gonna have score label and we're gonna have a timer label. And we're gonna have a that score. Uh, um, what it's gonna do is gonna set the text on the score label to translate game label score plus something like that. I have to add this to translations. Uh, and timer label. I don't. I don't know if I want to. Okay, because I'm gonna have the game script. This is running the game, right? And I have a timer here. This is my active game time, right? So the game starts, you have 90 seconds to serve your clients. Once the timer stops, it's like game over, right? This timer is gonna be running here. But I'm gonna have a game UI here. Game UI. Right? I have to make the score thing. So when the score gets updated, we're gonna say game UI set score whatever. But how do we do it with the time? I will have to check here every time 1 second passes, which I don't really like. Um, I think I wanted the game UI to handle the time separately. It's gonna be really weird because I'm gonna have like 2 timers, but um, what we could do is have a timer here. This is gonna be 1 second. Uh, timer one shot equals false. And timer dot timeout connect on timer peak. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have another variable var uh, time left. This is gonna be an int, I guess. No, game. Why is this a float? Nah, it doesn't matter. Game jam, it doesn't matter. We can do whatever we want. Um, I'm gonna make a function called start timer, and it's gonna receive uh time left, which is gonna be a float because it's a float on the other side, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna see time left equals uh int time left. We could round this. Round. This thing is never gonna be an actual float, so it doesn't really matter. Right? Yeah, so what I want to do next is send the label. Timer label. Timer label equals timer label. Text gonna be equal. Oh, I have to pass the number to the time. How do I do that? I have no idea how to do that. It's gonna be like time left divided by 60. But how do I add the leading zero? Um, Google, Google, help me. Um, godot, number to minute seconds. Take a time counter godot in 1 minute. Floor divided by 60. Model, yeah. This is what I wanted, man. This is what I wanted. This was not the problem. That was the easy part. Is this? Can you really do that in God? Like, I mean, not declare. This is some C type shit. You see that this is in C and C++. You surprised me, Godot. Var mean gonna be um it should make this in a separate function. But whatever. Time left divided by 60. Integer division decimal part will be discarded. Variable min has the same name as a built-in function. Okay, 5 minutes. I know the decimal part is gonna be discarded. That's the point. And var sec model 60. Fine, I do it with floor, okay. Are you happy now, Godot? Model is expensive. You will be better served to do timer time left minus what? Model is expensive. Is that true? Is the model Godot is model operation expensive? Not that it really matters. It's model. Is it better to avoid using the mod operator when possible? This might be a case of missing the forest for the trees. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Use whichever version you think is easier on the eye. Compiling with either GCC or Clang. 6.25 versus 1 second. That's crazy, man. That is not an optimization we have to be worried about. Okay, that was a rabbit hole to fall into. Okay. We have the time left in the timer. We update the label. And then we start this timer. We need a function to stop the timer too. Stop timer. Um, and here's the thing. This timer is gonna go. It's gonna tick every second. So every second we just say time left minus equal 1, and we update the text again. I want to make this a separate function. Update timer label. We're gonna copy this here. We're gonna call it here, and we're gonna call it here. Um, we're gonna assign this here, and we're gonna instantiate this. Here. We're gonna go to game. We have our game UI now. We have to do something with it. So here, start. Here's when we start our overall timer. So I'm gonna say game UI start timer. Active time. And when this timer stops, we're gonna say game UI stop timer too. I think that should do it. Let's see. Yeah, the timer is running. It's very small. Okay, I have enough space, so I could put it more to the left. We can make this way bigger. Um, Let's see now. Yeah, we can move them a little bit. I think the size is okay now. We're just gonna move them a little bit. Uh, um, should I do it the same I did in the title one? This one? Need this color. This shadow. An old line. Okay. Um, mm, let's see. I like it. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. Okay, we want to see what happens when the timer runs out. I kind of want to make the random less random. Certain orders repeat. Okay, timer runs out. Everyone is gone. There's no errors. Oh, I need to do like a retry button. I don't want to do that. There's so much left to do still. Okay, we have a working timer. That's good. Score. We need score. Um, we have a client empty signal here. The client spot. We're gonna add on client. What they call it when they finish drinking. Client finished. Whatever. And this is gonna pass a boolean. There should be a function here. This show response. Actually, let's make it on the state. Here. Here's where we check if the client actually liked the coffee we served them. So we can do on client finish emit did like. So then in the game, we have the signal on client finished connect. We're gonna listen to the signal to see what the clients think about our coffee. This is gonna receive a boolean. And we're gonna say if did like. We're gonna we need a score. Score 0. We're gonna say score score +1 and game UI set score easy. Now I need to update the translations or it's not gonna work. This poetic, the software for translations. I don't like this thing. Where's my dark team? Why is this so bright? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's gonna be score. Working with translation is so annoying. Like Godot has an automatic system to create this template file, but I did not like it. It didn't work the way I wanted most of the time. I'm thinking about doing my own translation system at some point. Like use the Goron automatic system as a starting point and have all my translations in one file and then feed that one file to the Goron thing. Or I don't think it's gonna work I don't think it's gonna help too much. I'd rather do this. The other option is using CSV files. And I'd rather do this. How do I translate score to Spanish? Um, which is not puntuación, because puntuación is the obvious translation, but it's so long that I don't want to use it. Uh, puntaje, I'm so stupid. It was obviously puntaje, not puntuación. Native Spanish speaker, by the way. Speaker? Talker? Native Spanish person. At this point, I'm talking English better than Spanish. And my English is trash. Um, let's save that. Now it should work, I think. Let's see. This guy wants an Americano. Let's give it to him. Score 1. This should be score 2. Now we're gonna give an espresso to this guy. This should stay in 2. Yeah. Now it should go to 3. Now to 4. And 5. Okay, it works. Pretty nice. Uh, should stay in 5. That was easy. Okay, we have UI. The very basic UI. Um, okay, there is a big thing that I want to make. That is like a tutorial. So I think I'm gonna do that now. Let me grab some water real quick. Okay. You notice that when the game starts, it starts immediately, right? I press start, and the timer is already running. I can move. The clients start coming in, right? I want to pause a little bit at the beginning. I want to show like a very quick text. Um, very quick text that explains a little bit of the game, and then you press OK, and then the game starts, right? So I think I'm gonna do it as a separate scene. That makes sense. It's gonna be on UI thing, probably. Create new scene tutorial. Uh, script. This one is gonna take a while. I have to make a lot of changes for this to work. Um, Let's start closing some stuff. Game. Um. Okay. Game UI is gonna be hidden. The tutorial is gonna be hidden. I'm gonna worry about how this looks later, but right now what I want is a panel container. Uh, we're gonna add a box container. Um, we're gonna add a bunch of labels. This is one part of the tutorial. This is where I explain how to play. Even more text to fill space. And at the end, we're gonna have a button. Start. Um, we're gonna make this bigger. We're gonna make this way bigger. Uh, we're gonna put it in the center. Uh, this is gonna be horizontal fill, shrink center. Uh, fill expand. Uh, uh, button is gonna be. I always forget this one. Shrink center. Custom minimum size. Something like that. Ugh. Okay. Something like this. Uh, we need the button. We need that state. So when this thing first spawns is gonna be hidden. State uh equals global constant state hidden. This is gonna be a button. Start button, press, connect. On start selected. Here, we just need a signal here. Signal on start selected. Just on start, I guess. Global. Yeah, global constant state active state equals global constant state BC on start meet. We're gonna have input. If is active. Um, if the state is active and event is action. And we're okay. We're gonna do the same thing here. And we need a function to show or hide this thing, which I should have. Literally ROI. Change visible. This is another thing I need to figure out how to make this like a tool or something that I can just import or something. Because I've copied pasted this function so many times. Okay. I think that's all I need on the tutorial panel. Now, how do we call this thing? When the game starts, We have to go one level higher to the scene manager. This is where I load the game scene. It's like the screen fades to black, the game scene loads, then the screen fades out again. Then I say start the game. But instead of starting the game, we're gonna oh, I put the tutorial into the game. Into the game scene, I mean. Should I put it into the title screen instead? I mean the scene manager. I think I should. It makes more sense there. Yeah, I think it makes more sense there. I'm gonna delete this. I don't need you here anymore. We're gonna go to scene manager. Scene manager. Uh, we're gonna connect to tutorial on start. Okay. So here, instead of starting the game, we're gonna show the tutorial thing. Um, 2 seconds. Something like that. This thing has a wait, right? Yes. So the tutorial thing is gonna pop up. When we press OK, it's gonna come here. We're gonna say tutorial, change visible to false. We're gonna await until this ends. And then we're gonna say game scene start. What happened here? I deleted the wrong thing. Jesus, man. I thought I had added the tutorial already here, and I deleted this without even looking. Oh my god. Uh, Give me away. Okay, we're good. I think that should do it. That's not true. We need a little bit more. So this thing is not gonna be active immediately. Um, the client spots, I don't think I need to change anything because this game script is what controls where the clients are gonna spawn. So if this is inactive, then it's fine. But the player, I need to change the player. We need to add a state to the player. Um, I think just inactive and active is enough. I'm gonna create the enum anyway because maybe I will add something else later, so it could help. State, player state. State is gonna be player state inactive. Um, um, how I do this? Yeah, just add a big if here. If state equals player state active. So we only wanna move and do stuff when the state is active. Same thing here. And everything else, it should stay the same way. We need a function to change the state. And here I want to change the animation too. Because if I change the state to inactive, it's not gonna enter here, so it's not gonna change the animation. If I'm moving, it's gonna stay like in the moving animation. So if state equals to inactive, we're gonna say animation. We're gonna copy it from here. This one. And now the player is gonna be inactive by default. So when we start the game, we're gonna say player set state to player state active. And when the timer runs out, we're gonna say player set state player state inactive. I think I should do it. I think that's all. Let's test. Let's see how wrong I am. Valid access to property or key pressed on base object of type null. Tutorial already. There we go. Every time I use an export, I forget to set it. Every time. Non-existent functional start on base control tutorial. Scene manager 34. Scene manager 34. This is on start connect. Okay. Nice. I'm gonna start. Oh, I can't see shit. But it works. Um, I cannot move the character. I press start. And then I start. The player like moved a little bit. Am I crazy? But other than that, it works. Yeah, it moves a little bit up. That's so weird. That's so weird. Maybe I'm restarting the animation somehow? That makes no sense. It's not a big deal, but I'm curious. Maybe it's because of this. It's gonna enter here. I'm gonna say animation play and not moving, so it shouldn't do look at. A little bit weird, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, this thing is kind of transparent right now. Which I don't think it's bad, but um I need to actually write the tutorial. I think I'm gonna do that later. I'm more worried about how it looks. We're gonna just add some outline to the text, make it less transparent. Maybe we could move the character so he starts like on the right or the left. More right styles. Um, well, also it's the color with the text itself. The text is white and the color is very soft. Uh, let me go here. Panel container. Uh, something like that. Mm. Let's see how this looks. I think that's way better. Um, oh, I need to show the game UI again. I forgot about that. Game. Start. I'm gonna say. I could do an. Wait. Uh, game UI. Global tools. UI twin. Uh, game UI. True. Vector 2. 0. 20. M1. Delay 0. Twin. And sign. Something like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, I cannot move. I'm gonna press start and the score and the timer should appear. And they obviously don't. For whatever reason. Um, uh, I have to... Yeah, I have to change the visual to true. Weird, but whatever. Nice. The timer, when it first appears, is at 00. But other than that, I think it works really well. See, the recipes are, or the orders are already like repeating so much. I don't like that. They're just ordering espresso. That's insane. That's the craziest RNG I've ever seen in my life. Uh, okay. I think I'm gonna up the time actually of the game. Let's make it 2 minutes. We need to change the random function. Um, Random function is on game. Yes. Pick order. We just do pick random. We could do better. We could do better than this. What I could do to ensure everything appears at least once is instead of picking randomly, because everyone's doing what I was doing is picking randomly and just checking the last one, right? So to avoid picking the same thing twice in a row, right? The problem with that, there's two problems. One, I have several orders that ask for the same thing. For example, there is espresso. There's clients that are gonna want an espresso, but there's multiple ways they're gonna ask it, right? So in the end, like you're having two very similar orders back to back. The second problem is that I'm only comparing to the last one. So for example, I pick espresso one, then the next one cannot be espresso one because I'm checking against it. But then the third one could be espresso one again. Right? So bad RNG, how it happened before, I could have like many repeateds close enough to each other. So what I think I'm gonna do is just shuffle this array and pick that way. What I'm thinking is what happens when I go at the end. Do I shuffle again or do I start over from the beginning in the same order? I don't think it's gonna happen because there's a good amount of orders, but I think I will shuffle again. Okay, let's do it. We don't need this anymore. We're gonna do early orders shuffle and late orders shuffle. I'm gonna say current order index. When we pick randomly, instead of doing all of this, we're just gonna say return early orders current order index. I cannot return because I need to do some stuff. some more stuff here. Var order equals this and return order if current order index was equals 1 and if current order index equals to greater or equal than early orders size, then we're gonna say current order index equals 0. We're gonna go back to the beginning and we could shuffle it again. And then we do the exact same thing here, but with the late orders. I have to reset. Hmm. Something weird is gonna happen here. Because I'm using the same index. Should I use two separate index? I think it's the easier solution. What's gonna happen? I have my array of orders and I have them separated in early game and late game. Because the late games are like more difficult orders. Right? So in the beginning I'm gonna be picking from early orders. Late game picking from late orders. But I'm using the same index. Right? So what's gonna happen is this index is gonna be counting on the early orders. We're gonna go 0, 1, 2, 3 until the end, then 0 again. And then when the timer is in the middle, it's gonna start here. It's gonna go to the late orders, but the index doesn't reset, so it's gonna start counting from the middle of this array. Worst case scenario, the game could crash. Because this could be like at the end of the counter near the size of the array. And if this later orders array is smaller, which it is actually, I think, it could crash. I think we just make two indexes. It's simpler that way. We're gonna do early order index. And we're gonna do late order index. Late order index. And we use and we just copy this one here. That should solve the problem. I don't need last picked order anymore. We're doing something different now. I think that should do it. Let's see. We should see better RNG now. espresso. Americano. One espresso and one espresso. We already cycled through them, I think. I should count them actually. Because I know the amount of orders. Want an espresso. Now is where the fun begins. Sure. This is where we start getting the weird recipes. Also, the regular players are not gonna be as fast as me. So the chances that they cycle through all the orders is not that high. And the early orders are very generic. I want the player to actually see the late game orders because those are the interesting ones. This is an interesting case. What happens if the timer runs out when there's still a client there? You should hide the text, probably. Game. Yeah, there's only 6 orders on the early orders and 8 on the late ones. I want to come up with more, but I ran out of ideas. What do we do? Mm, Instead of dividing by 2, I could make a different comparison here. 120 divided by 3 is 40. Seconds. So I don't want it to be in half. I want it to be a little bit more skewed to the late game. Yo, Dima. Hello. Do you speak English? I don't speak Russian. No Russian allowed in chat. I'm sorry. We have a Russian chatter. I should learn how to. I should learn like a basic phrase on every language. That would be cool. Like learn how to say I don't speak language in every language. Also say hello in every language. That would be nice. No Russian allowed here. Only English and Spanish. Okay. How do I change this condition? I don't want it to be half. I want to be. Wait, I just create another const. I'm stupid. Const. Uh, early game time. So if it's 2 minutes, how long do we make it? I actually think 80 seconds may be good. A third, maybe a little bit more. 25. So now instead of asking for half, we say early game time. It was very simple. It was very simple solution actually. I have to test this in Spanish too. 75 seconds is I don't know. Espresso, americano, americano. There we go. We started with the weird request. I'm very fast because I already know the answers, but it's supposed to be kind of a puzzle. Like one coffee, but don't make it too strong. You add water. One decaf, you add water. We don't have decaf. Latte, we don't have latte, but we have cappuccino, which is basically the same. Okay, I think that's good enough. I need to write the tutorial. I need to work on the title screen actually. We can make the title screen really quick. Scene manager, title screen, settings menu. We're gonna create a new scene. In main, I guess. A new scene. Title. Background. Title background. We're gonna add the shop. Uh, we need to find a cool camera angle. This should be here. I'm gonna instantiate the player. It's gonna be inactive, so it doesn't really affect anything. Um, the coffee should be hidden by default. We need to find a cool camera angle for the title. Um, we're gonna go to client spot 2, 1. $118. Maybe not this one. Uh, maybe this one. Because I'm thinking I want the coffee and the player to be like on the right, and the title and the buttons on the left. Something like this. Uh, no, I need camera. Um, there's a way to move the camera to where I'm looking on the on the viewport, but I have no idea how to do that. I'm pretty sure there was one. Godot camera to viewport. Mm, camera position to preview. Control Shift F. Control Shift F. You lied to me. How dare you? Align transform with view. It would be faster to just move the camera at this point. Editor settings, shortcuts, align, transform. Control Alt M. Yo. There's no ceiling here. which is kind of funny. Maybe I need to move the camera a little bit more. Um, let's see. Um, I'm gonna move this a little bit. Um, Christian. Let's see. Why is the coffee not visible? Oh, because the client spot turns them invisible on the beginning. Damn. We need to move this a little bit more. Maybe a little bit up. I think it's fine. The coffee is a little bit too close. Maybe I need to move further away. Camera. Like, I don't want it to be right in the middle. Hmm. I don't know. I think it's okay. Um, Maybe move the title thing a little bit up. Maybe move everything a little bit up. It's gonna be right in the counter. I'll leave it there for now. I think it's fine. What else is there to do? Oh, I need to do retry. Oh, I don't want to do that. Errors. Interesting. Um, I need to despawn this thing. Scene manager. Once the game starts, I need to despawn that thing. Uh, Title, background. This is tutorial. Start game. Kiwi free. That should do it. Okay, seems everything's still working. There's that error, the sub viewport. Probably because I'm using the scene on the title, and it has the sub viewports for the speech bubbles. As long as it doesn't crash the game, honestly, I don't care. I don't care. Need to do a retry, and I think that's all. Um, we need UI, create game or UI. Um, where is the tutorial thing? I'm just gonna copy paste that thing. Um, no, there. Retry. Basically the same thing. It's just gonna show up. You on retry. It's gonna pop up. There's gonna be a button. You press it. The game starts from the start. Not that big of a deal. Should I put this in the game or should I put this on the scene manager? It should be in the game, but I'm gonna put it on the scene manager because that's easier. Scene manager. Game over UI. Hidden, of course. Um, Game over UI on retry, connect on game over retry. Um, Rian game over. Um, okay, we're gonna need a signal from the game. Signal on game over. Right, so when the timer in the game runs out, which is here, we stop everything, we stop the player from moving. We're gonna have another timer. Game over timer. Game over timer. Let's say 2.5. Game over timer. Timeout. No, we don't need timeout. We're gonna go here. We're gonna start the data. Game over timer. Start. We're gonna wait. And once the timer's out, we're gonna emit the signal. This is just so we have a little bit of delay before after the game finishes and the menu appears. So in the scene manager, when we start the game, load game scene, have connect game scene, uh, game scene on game over connect on game over. We're gonna create that here. Do I call this anywhere? Okay. Um, when we receive the game over signal from the game, we're gonna show the game over menu. So global tools, UI twin. Should I make the change visible thing? Yeah, I think I should. Oh, I already copied it. Yeah, of course. Of course I did. Oh, wait. Game over UI. Change visible to uh, 1.5. We don't need to await. Um, and when we receive the retry, we're gonna say game over change visible false. We're gonna hide it. Now we need to await for it. God damn it! I pressed insert on my keyword accidentally. I hate it when that happens. We'll wait. Then we'll wait for scene transition, fade in, game scene reload. There is a reload, pretty sure. Godot reload scene. Um, oh, there was a way to reload the entire thing. I remember that. No, we create a new one. Um, disconnect game scene, kiwi free. Um, load game scene. After we load the game scene, we scene transition. And then we say game scene dot start. I think that's it. We need to make the game over UI, obviously. Uh, panel container. Um, a child. We're gonna have a label, I guess. And button. Game over. Retry. Instead of game over, I could like uh write like something like shift over or like restaurant close. Something like that. Let's just leave it at game over for now. I need to translate these things later too. This one and the tutorial. I needed a V-Box. Um, 100, 150. Um, and layout, container sizing, and string center, string center. Um, I need to override the theme of this thing. Tutorial, panel container, copy, paste, make unique. Okay, I think that should do it. Let's test. Nah. Of course, I forgot to assign the export. Every time. Okay, so it shows the tutorial when I start for the first time. It's one thing. Should I just wait for 2 minutes? Not do anything? Hmm. Not picking the switcher, I think. I need to make sure that all the recipes are on the correct arrays. Okay, 27 seconds left. No. Okay, game over. That's good. Let's press retry. It's out. In again. We're back in the game. Oh? Oh, I thought the score was not working for a little bit. Forgot that it waits until they finish drinking. Mm. I want to see what happens again. We're gonna play until the timer runs out again. See what happens. Not bitter. We add sugar. We press retry. Feeds the black. And it starts again. Okay, it's working. It's working. I'm gonna write down before I forget all the things that I need to do still. I had a to-do here. Um, these are done. Um, think of extra orders. Uh, Coffee, BFX, something I want to do. Tutorial, translation, uh, game over translation. I already forgot. What else did I have to do? More clients. Um, Test settings. This should work, but I'm gonna test them anyway. Title background, title screen, player. I don't think there's anything else. We're gonna delete the visible collision shapes. I've been using those for a while now. I don't need them anymore. Um, Credits. Probably should add some outline to this. Uh, Outline credits. Am I missing anyone here? It's a better question. Hi Kenny, Bell, Giddy Sherbert. More effects. I need to change the default controls. Tutorial, I need to do this thing. Okay, it looks better without the collision shapes everywhere. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. Maybe more props? Okay. We can do a couple of these things right now. So I'm gonna take a small break. Just a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. And we're gonna continue working a little bit more. We're very close to finishing, so might as well continue a little bit more now. Okay, time for a small break. Just a couple of minutes. Bye bye. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello. We're back. Hello. Hello, we're back. Um, we're almost done. And by almost, I mean there's a bunch of stuff left to do. I just wrote a list. Um, it's not that many things, but um, let's see where we begin. Um, actually, there's one thing I want to check. Um, I should add like an outline by default to the text. Let me see, label. Um, it was not this one. It's this one. Just add an outline by default. Yeah, I think that makes a little bit of a difference. Okay, that was easy. um, translations, coffee VFX. That's what I wanted to make. Let's do it right now. We have this coffee cup. Save as branch scene. Okay, sure. 0455. Okay. Game. Create new scene. 3D scene. We're gonna call it coffee cup. Uh, we're gonna We're gonna go to props, coffee cup. 0455. And we're gonna add VFX. GPU particles. Meeting amount to ear mesh. Um, um, let's see. We need a coffee-like color. I had a color palette saved here. Okay, here comes the fun part. Um, uh, Zero. Um, let's see. Ring. Let's see. I never know how this thing works. There we go. Let's make it smaller. Um, we need Uh, drawing. Local chords. Need display. Scale. Skill curve. Um, but damn it, that's not where I want to move. Dude. I need gravity to be even lower. How does that look? I don't want this emitting shadows. How do I disable shadows? Shadows. Just shadow. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. I think it looks cute. It's very simple, but it's okay. Now we need to replace the old coffee cup with this one. Uh, Position, copy, paste. We're gonna go to client spot. We're gonna do the same thing here. This one is bigger though. I just know this. Why are you bigger? 455. Well, this one was smaller than the player one. Hmm. Maybe I did it for a reason. Yeah, I think I I did the client coffee cup was smaller because it's closer to the camera. I think it was because of that. Um, um, uh, yep. Client spot. Um, I think that should do it. Let's see. Nah, player ready. Oh, this is gonna it ruins the exports. Makes sense. This has to be hidden by default. Coffee cup. Why are you not visible? Okay, it's fine. Coffee cup. Consider. I think it looks okay. Actually, the one in the title screen is the one that interests me the most. I think the color could be different. Material. Which one did I use? I think it was this one of these. D6. So let's go a little bit higher up. Mm. It's a little bit too white. It looks similar to the color of the character actually. I think that's okay. Yeah, you're not even gonna look at it, so it's okay. Okay, I think that's good enough for the VFX. Um, Everything else is like details. I guess the tutorial and the translations are what's worrying me the most right now. First, I need to think what I'm gonna write here. Was something like how many labels do I need is the question. Is it like serve coffee to the clients? Uh, like I don't want it to be written like a tutorial. I want to be written like instructions to the barista, right? It's like the boss left him a note. I was like, remember, we only serve simple recipes. Um, use the coffee machine to make espresso. Can I make bold in the middle of the? I think I need another kind of label for that. Rich label. BB code for formatting. Okay, I'll look this later. I think there's a way to do that. Use the coffee machine to make espresso. Uh, add one more. Add one more ingredient. One more step to make other recipes. We need a bunch of labels. Add water to make americano. Add milk to make cappuccino. Cappuccino. It's with two P's and two C's, right? I always forget. Um, add sugar to make sweet coffee. Does coffee with sugar have a name? Like a weird name like Americano? I don't think it does. Um, uh, custom menu size. Okay. Whatever, bro. Um, if a client asks for something not on the menu. Try to guess what they would like. This is way too long. I'll move this one down here. I think it makes more sense. Um, I should rename all of this. Proper names. Uh, Instructions for new employees. Uh, Actually, delete that one. I have to move these. Uh, um, not try to guess. Like the client asks for something on the menu. Serve them what you think they will like. Um, Something like that. I need to put this on the translator. Hello. That's annoying. Maybe make this a little bit bigger. Um, there we go. Um, we can. Okay, I will see later if I can add like bolds or stuff. I'm gonna make this one bigger. I think that's good enough. I need to add it to the translations once more. Need to rewrite it in Spanish too. Um, I think that's it for now. Let's make one more client just to finish. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for now. It's good progress. I'm almost done. Just those finishing details. And we should be ready. I still need to upload it, set up the h.io page, all that crap. But the game itself is ready. Let's create one more client. Why not? Um, we have yellow. What color is this? It's like magenta, I think. Yellow magenta. We have blue orange. Let's make one more. What color do we make this guy? We have yellow, blue. Mm, this is kind of bluish, actually. Bluish purple, weird color. This is client C, right? Yes. Uh, here. Tail. Mm, we'll go a little bit like that. And what color do we make the clothes? Um, something like green, maybe? I like it. I like this guy. We need to add it to the client spot, I think. Yeah. Where is client C? Now it should show. I just noticed the hands of the barista look like the VFX of the coffee. Instructions for new employees. Use the coffee machine to make espresso. Add water to make americano. Add milk to make cappuccino. Add sugar to make sweet coffee. Name pending. Remember, we only serve simple recipes. If a client asks for something not in the menu, serve them what you think they will like. There's a typo there on think. But I need to rewrite this anyway, so it's fine. Americano with water. Okay. I think we're pretty much done. I just need... I've said this a million times, but I need to fix the translations and we're done. Want coffee, but then don't make it too bitter. We just add sugar. Not too bitter. I don't think there's time for you, my man. Game over. We retry. Needs you starts again. Okay. I think we're done. We're done for now. So the limit for this game jam is on Sunday. So I think I'm gonna start looking in the h.io page. I'm gonna test it on h.io, see that everything works, and I'm just gonna submit the game. I don't think I'm gonna have time on the weekend to work for this, so I'm just gonna submit it early, I guess. Again, I think it's time to call the stream for today. And sadly, this is gonna be the last stream in a while. I'm gonna disappear. Plans before I go, really quick. I'm gonna be on a small vacation the next 2 weeks, so there are not going to be any streams. Sadly, I'll come back at the end of January. Maybe, just maybe, there will be 1 or 2 streams in the next 2 weeks. Maybe, just maybe. But I wouldn't count on it. So I'm gonna be back on the last week of January. We're gonna be working on some other games. I'm still working on my Centraia fan game. Go to my h.io and check it out, please. We may do another game jam. Who knows? Also, as always, I do Cuphead speedrunning too here on Twitch. Once or twice a week, I do Cuphead runs. So there's gonna be that too. Also, I started playing Monster Hunter again, which is not good because it takes a lot of time. I'm kind of addicted to Monster Hunter. I want to play Wilds. Maybe we're gonna stream Wilds once the what are they called? Optimization updates for PC come out. We're gonna be playing Monster Hunter Wilds on stream. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for now. I've been Tosin the Viper. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me mumbling. Thank you for watching this silly little game jam project. Go check my h.io, please. It's gonna be here. It's gonna be there in the next few days. Probably tomorrow, if I had to guess, or tonight. I don't know. And I'm gonna disappear for 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll be back at the end of January. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be the stream. Thank you, thank you. Bye bye.